Monroe. I'm the Executive Director of the New York State Association of Counties. Today's a good day for the citizens of Monroe County. Today's a good day for the citizens of New York State. And today is a good day for Monroe County Executive Maggie Brooks. Maggie Brooks has worked diligently over these past several years on an initiative to protect and preserve the integrity of the state's largest health insurance program, Medicaid. Counties are in a perfect position to transform governmental programs and services to produce more accountability and efficiencies in public service delivery. And today, I'm pleased to report that Monroe County taxpayers are being refunded, repaid. And Maggie Brooks led this effort to stop abuse, fraud, and waste, and most importantly, unnecessary claims in the county-financed Medicaid program. Clearly, as demonstrated by this refund, county governments are part of the solution to curb excessive government spending and lower the tax burden, not just in Monroe County, but for counties across this state. Some fast facts about Medicaid. It's about 40% of the state's overall budget, established in 1966 with a county share of just about $200 million. Fast forward to 2010, the county share stands at $7 billion. It's evolved into a massive economic engine, spending and consuming over $1 billion every week, or over $52 billion annually. Over 1 million claims are paid every single day. And the efforts that you'll hear about today, driven in large part by Monroe County Executive Maggie Brooks, with the steadfast support of the New York State Medicaid Inspector General, James Sheehan, which produced in large part and guided this effort all across New York State. The Office of the New York State Medicaid Inspector General has been a tremendous governmental partner in bringing about efforts to preserve and protect the integrity of this important health care program. So I'd like at this time to introduce and recognize the New York State Medicaid Inspector General, James Sheehan.
Thank you, Steve. And I would be remiss in not pointing out the efforts that the New York State Association of Counties and Steve undertook to make this effort work. First, to get the legislature to pass the demonstration project. Second, to work with us in recruiting counties who want to participate. This is a voluntary program. It is not required that counties do it. And we really appreciate Monroe County in particular, which stepped up to the plate to say, yes, we want to be involved in this effort. We want to make sure that the payments that are made in Monroe County are appropriate and justified in the program. You'll see today in the news that the federal government just announced that there are $125 billion in improper payments this year around the country in federal programs, including Medicaid. And a significant portion of that was Medicaid payments. So one of the efforts that we need collectively is to look at those payments and to make sure that the taxpayer is getting their dollar's worth out of the services that are provided to our patients. And this is not an easy task, all right? And the efforts that Monroe County put out and County Executive Brooks put out have been significant and they've played a leadership role throughout the state, not just in doing the work and signing on with us, but in getting other counties to participate as well and say, we can do this, we can be successful. One of the reasons we think the County Demonstration Project is a great thing is that it's not, people always perceive the important role the counties play in social services and the important role they play in knowing what's happening with beneficiaries, knowing what's happening with providers in their own locality, and identifying which ones ought to be focused on for purposes of making sure the payments are proper. In addition to the check that we're about to present today, there are a number of other important efforts that Monroe County has undertaken, and we look forward to continuing that work, both in investigations and in audit. So at this time, what I would like to do is to present to County Executive Maggie Brooks we actually have two checks here. The first one is the large check, which is for the total of $515,745 and represents a sharing of the proceeds of the investigations for the year 2009-2010. And we hope This is the largest check in the state for any county, and our expectation is there'll be other checks to come in the future. We also have, if I could, thank you, Steve. We have the real check, which I know is much appreciated by every county, and I've been told that it will clear, despite the budget deficit, for the same amount. County Executive Brooks, thank you very much for the work that you put in.
Thank you very much. Oh, this is wonderful. Great news. Thank you. Thank you. Well, first of all, let me just welcome the Inspector General and thank him very much for this. I think this is truly, it reinforces what we talk about a lot, and that is our commitment to protecting taxpayers in the community and protecting their resources. And I think this really does equate in many ways to justice for local taxpayers, and so I thank you. I also want to welcome Steve Aquario from NYSAC. He is a great friend, a great government partner. This is an association, and with Steve's leadership, that has been an advocate for and has protected the interests of counties all across the state. And it certainly is critical that we have this association, and I thank him for all of that work. I think this is an example of what happens when we all work together. And we talk often about counties working with the state, becoming incubators in many ways, to help save money at the local level, but also to save money for the state. This is an example of what happens when we all work together. We're saving money for local taxpayers. We're helping to lessen the impact of a major program in the state, and we are certainly helping the state rein in some of these unnecessary costs that are occurring at that level as well. I was really proud 4 years ago when Steve Aquario approached me and approached Monroe County about our willingness to enter into this demonstration project. I jumped at the opportunity. Steve mentioned all of the statistics that speak for themselves when you talk about Medicaid. Certainly, when you look at 9 mandated programs in the state that consume 90% of the tax levy in most counties, Medicaid being the largest, this is certainly an area that deserves our attention. And fraud, waste, and abuse, my opinion, is low-hanging fruit. When we start to rein in the costs of this program that grows by leaps and bounds every year, we need to look at the low-hanging fruit. And I think this is an area that deserves attention, because when you can eliminate fraud, waste, and abuse, you're actually preserving the program and services for those people who really do need it. And there are people that need Medicaid services in the community. You know, I spent 15 months on the Federal Medicaid Commission representing NYSAC and NACO, the National County Association, and there's no question in my mind that when we talk about what drives up tax bills, it is Medicaid. It is the largest single cost driver when it comes to what we pay in property taxes, and so it's certainly, again, something that we want to pay attention to. Let me just talk a little bit about what was involved in this demonstration project and what we've been going through. It really is an innovative partnership between the county and the Office of the Medicaid Inspector General and a local data tracking company, Salient, that's been working with us. It's one, and a local auditing firm, a well-respected local auditing firm. For 4 years, this team has really systematically been identifying Medicaid overpayments made to local providers. We've been helping the OMIG successfully recover about $4 million. The check that we received today, that local taxpayers received today, amounts to about 20% of the net repayments after the cost of the audits are covered. And so this is our share of the recovery money, and we're very, very proud of that. We identified nearly $12 million in claim overpayments to date. Monroe County has far outpaced any other county in the state, including New York City. So again, I think that speaks volumes about our commitment to being a part of this program, our leadership in reining in waste, fraud, and abuse, and cracking down on waste, fraud, and abuse throughout New York State. As the Inspector General mentioned, this is only one of the many programs that we have underway right now to make sure that we are looking at those areas of abuse so that we can return more money to local taxpayers and continue to protect our resources locally. I just want to thank everyone for their involvement. We look forward to a continued relationship, and I know Steve and I continue to work with other county executives across the state to make sure we get maximum participation in programs like this so that we can focus on Medicaid as not only a burden to taxpayers, but an opportunity for all of us to work together to impact the cost of this program going forward. So I thank you very much, and thank you for being here today.